Hello there and welcome to the latest episode of Gotham Talk. We are into episode 11 from season 2. So this is the mid-season finale. We've got Gordon, who is on the run after last episode. You know, he was saved by Penguin, but there is still essentially, is it an APB, do they call it? Where, he's wanted and considered armed and dangerous. Because as far as they're concerned, as far as the law is concerned, two officers, the ones that kind of led Gordon out of the courtroom, are now dead. Gordon kind of goes underground and finds help from Penguin, with thanks to Riddler, or Enigma at this stage, not actually called Riddler yet, but Enigma is pretty funny in this, it's got to be said, the way he just keeps on appearing behind people. And at one point he dishes out a riddle to some people that is, absolutely hilarious. But jumping ahead of myself a little bit there. But on top of that, we've got Alfred kind of picking up from where we left him last episode. You know, he got a knife in the shoulder and a wound at the side and was kind of in the back of a dump truck, back of a bin lorry. And he gets dumped off at the waste disposal, I guess. Tabitha goes looking for him with some goons, thankfully doesn't find him, and he gets tasered in the face by some police officers. A lot of characters going through a lot of stuff. I like this episode quite a lot, it must be said. I like Alfred, obviously. I think I've made that quite clear throughout the series. So it's nice to see him getting stuck in here, getting like hanging out with Gordon and Bullock and that lot. Bit of respect from Bullock, I feel. There's one moment, the said moment I was talking about, when Enigma drops this riddle because he knows where Gordon is. He overhears them trying to find out where Gordon is, and he laughs, which gets them onto him. And then when they ask if he knows where he is, he gets all nervous and this riddle just blurts out of his mouth. And it's hilarious the way it's handled. That's all praise to Corey Michael Smith for that one. Just his performance on that just cracked me up. In that scene, we see kind of Bullock, the way he kind of tells Alfred that he'll follow him. It kind of, feels like he gives Alfred a lot of respect, and that was nice to see from Bullock. And in that scene, and some later scenes as well, we see that Lucius Fox, is maybe more of a lover than a fighter, which I like. You know, I don't feel like you have to have every character being a hard-as-nails badass. I think Lucius, he's kind of hard in his moral fibre, I guess. It's his moral fibre that makes him a hard man, but he's not necessarily a run straight into battle kind of dude, you know. And there's one point when he says that, because at that point they only have the two of them, and he kind of says, having me, the third man, probably not going to help you out that much. I like that acknowledgement from him with regards to the fact that, you know, he's an intelligence guy. He's a thinker, not a fighter, which is nice to see. Penguin gets to have a brutal revenge here on Galavan. Now, before I get to that, because that does bring me to my only complaint with the episode. Before all that, we do have Bruce and Silver St. Cloud. Now, Silver is being threatened essentially by Galavan. He wants to test her. He wants her to go, because he thinks that she's smitten with Bruce, and he wants her to go into his cell because Bruce has been abducted. They've got hold of him. They're going to do this ritual at midnight to kill him, and he wants her to go into his cell and get him to fall in love with her again, to prove that she is still on their side and not his. Get him to fall in love with her and then witness him be killed at midnight. And Bruce sees right through it, and I really love what they do with Bruce throughout this episode. Just the way he's so calm, the way he's kind of accepted his death. Really, he's going to it not in fear, but with just acceptance and like as a strength, not a weakness. Kind of like, you know what, I'm fine with this. It's just do what you want to me. It doesn't really matter. Not in a I want to die kind of way, but just he's found peace with himself, I guess. And Silver can't quite work that out. She can't quite grasp it. So she does try to, she tries to con him, but he sees right through it. And I like the conversation that he has with her once he reveals that he sees right through it. Just this idea that actually he can bring her to a place where maybe she could start to act differently. Maybe realise that's not the person she has to be. So, yeah, and he helps her out at the end by in front of Galavan telling her that he loves her when he doesn't. He's told her as much that he doesn't, but he just even going to his death, he can't help but do a good thing that's going to help her out. So Penguin and Gordon kind of team up and go to Galavan's building. Selena Kyle helps them in, finds a way in for them, and they kidnap Galavan and. Like I say, this is my problem. Gordon shoots him. First, he lets Penguin have his way with him. That Penguin gives him a seriously good beating with a baseball bat to take revenge for his mother. And then, Gordon shoots him, and I'm not sure. I'm not sure I like this thing. I don't like seeing Gordon become the murderer. Because it's the second time now in this season. We've had many instances where he's had to defend himself, but we had the situation at the beginning of the season in which Gordon got himself into a situation where he ended up killing this guy, and I feel like that didn't really have as heavy repercussions as it should have. So the fact that we're now kind of back to that with someone else, it's like Gordon really is turning into someone that I don't want to like anymore. I do actually still like him, and I think a lot of that is down to Ben McKenzie's performance and the relationships he has with certain characters as well that show that he is deep down a good guy. He's one of the good ones. But when he keeps doing stuff like this, it's like at this point I don't want to like you. I don't know. I just feel it shouldn't have gone this far. I think. Even if they find some way to bring Galavan back, which, spoiler, I know they do. I've not seen down the line, but I know they do because I've seen production stills, I've seen trailers. Annoying world of today, but just even though I know they're going to bring him back, it doesn't wash away that sin. It doesn't wash away what he's done. He made that choice. So for me, I didn't like that moment. I don't know where they're going to go with it from there. I don't know where they're going to go with Gordon from there. How do they redeem him after that? Some people may say he was justified. Some people may, be glad that he's done that. Me personally, not so much. But there we go. We got Tabitha at the end kind of turning on her brother, and she's kind of going to go more solo now, I think. So that'll be nice to see. She's a pretty decent character. I think it'll be interesting to see what she's like when she's not under the thumb of her brother. And then finally, towards the end of the episode, we get two fairly big name villains thrown into the mix. One we just hear the name of, Hugo Strange, and the second one we see, Mr. Freeze, Victor Freeze. Like proper comic book territory villains, particularly Mr. Freeze with his freeze gun, it's something I can imagine seeing in The Flash or Arrow or something like that. But so far, we've not really had that kind of villain. But okay, let's see where it goes. Getting into proper Batman territory here now with guys like this coming on board. But anyway, I liked this episode a lot. I liked the build-up. I liked a lot of the action set pieces. I liked the fact that all these different characters that I love are getting together. A lot of good interplay between them. Like I say, just didn't like the choice that Gordon makes at the end. For that reason, it doesn't get the full on 5. I'll give it a 4.5 out of 5. But what about you? Have you seen this episode? And if so, what did you think about it? Comment below, let me know, and until next time, cracking.